podcast using StreamYard. Uh, Today we will be attempting to assemble not this, but my Prusa'ish Mark III-ish machine that I'm going to bring to the East Coast Rep Rap Festival. Derek, thanks for hanging out. This is going to be an interesting one. I've not used StreamYard before, so it's looking pretty slick. It's got a lot of cool features. I guess somewhere in here, I've seen that people will add display comments from YouTube. I don't see how that's accomplished yet. Enter example banners. Okay, so you can build banners, but somehow you can present comments from YouTube. So this is 2 up. This is 1 up. It doesn't. Oh, I guess I can remove from stream. Solo layout. It's not clear how you get the solo layout. Oh, okay. There you go. Set your solo layout. Side by side. 3 up, or however many up. Share screen. Okay, that's cool. Share screen. Well, that's not share screen. And that's something else. Okay. Well, so how does one present YouTube comments? Banners, brand, private chat, comments. Aha! No, that's the private comments. Or no, maybe that's the YouTube comments.
Have you listed it on YouTube?
Sorry?
Have you listed the program on YouTube yet?
So apparently it's managed. I didn't do an announcement. I just went live. So apparently it's managed entirely through the
Through this.
Apparently it's managed entirely through the not Wirecast, StreamYard API. So you're half off screen there. I guess is that a function of having selected the half screen layout? Okay.
You can have it as 2 full screens.
Okay, so I see what's going on here. So you have top chat, live chat. Okay. And so if I pick a different layout, does that work better? That works a little bit better, yeah. That way we don't see half your face. Okay, so I can select, oh, I see. You just select the comments tab and select show.
Yeah.
Or not. That's cool. I like it. And I guess I can do branding if I pay for this. All right, so.
Where's the YouTube link?
What? Oh, the YouTube link is YouTube/HillCT. Is HillCT/. There you go. And the direct link is here. Let's see. I guess the best thing to do is to put that in private chat. There you go.
Oh, got you.
Private chat. Okay, so we have a little bit of echo, I guess, but it's not too bad. But it seems random, though. Oh, because you're looking at the YouTube view. All right. Okay, so I just printed the last key part for my my build here. This being the shield, the casing for the wiring harness for the heat bed. So much for the Prusa for today. Yeah. were you on when I was doing the disassembly of this on the Canadian Maker Project stream the other day?
Yeah, I was watching it from work.
A little bit. Yeah, got kind of boring.
Yeah.
So I finished the rest of the disassembly here, and let's see. Is this all disconnected? This is not all disconnected. All right. Keep bed. Need screwdriver. And I guess I need to somehow keep track of who's on. No, I guess I see the YouTube chat. Okay. But I don't see anything about number of people or anything else. I guess it would help if I actually announced the thing.
Yeah, because there's only me and you watching it.
Right. So what have I got to do here? That's YouTube. This is also YouTube. I need to go to channel manager, video manager, where is it? YouTube Studio. Okay. And oh, I'm down from 50 subscribers to 37 subscribers.
What? Oh my god!
I must have not. I think I was posting too many complaint videos because I made public some of my Prusa problem videos.
Yeah.
That I was, sending to Prusa support and say, look, this doesn't work. But I hadn't been doing anything else. Okay, so how does one do this now? In the new setup dashboard, okay, that's the dashboard. Analytics, videos maybe? Comments, settings.
Do you want me to tweet it out?
Sure. I'm just trying to figure out how to get to. All right, let's go back to the classic Creator Studio here. I'm trying to figure out how to do the YouTube announcement mechanism. They've Video Manager. Okay, so there's classic Video Manager. And live streaming. Come on, live streaming. Live control room. Okay, there's live.
Oh, damn it.
We go to live dashboard, classic live streaming. This is very frustrating.
Okay.
Create a highlight video, share. How does one, so is it under share? No way. Well, all right, well, we can tweet it, I guess.
I've got 3 watching now.
Well, thanks for joining us. We're still experimenting with the new setup here. So bear with us. We will be stripping down this frame and putting more Mark III-ish parts on it. That would be the objective for the day. The bed share. How does one do announcements under the new live streaming dashboard? How very odd. Okay, let's go back.
You could always copy the link from obviously YouTube and just post it out everywhere.
Oh yeah, I know. I want to see how the YouTube announcements thing is working. Manage lives and scheduled streams. Okay. Go to live dashboard. Yeah. Classic view. All right, let's go to classic live streaming and see if I can do it from there. Add stream info. Software. Thumbnail. See, I haven't done this since they turned off automatic announcements.
Yeah.
And it's in here somewhere. I guess it doesn't really matter. I can just do this, but I'm curious. Where am I? Okay, this goes here, and all right. Well, maybe I don't care. Hey, Gusner, how's it going? So I was attempting to use Wirecast, but ran into problems with their rendezvous system, which is designed similarly to guest management that you might have on livestream.com or something like that, versus what we have on StreamYard, where it's much more dynamic. We can just bring people in and move them around much more easily. So tried that, and now I'm running into issues because I haven't used the beta live streaming stuff on YouTube. I'm trying to figure out how to announce a stream using the YouTube announcement mechanism. Anyway, maybe it just doesn't matter. I guess I should just, as you say, just post the thing on YouTube and be done with it. Or post the thing on Twitter and be done with it. All right, Twitter. Watch me not be logged in as a useful account here. All right. There we go. That'll work. Yeah, I don't know how I managed to go from 53 to 37 subscribers. That's not a good sign. Anyway, so I did a couple of sub-assemblies earlier. This, I think, is the last part I needed to print. So let's get underway. So you were just doing one this morning. It's actually right next to you, right? The Ender 3 XL.
Yeah.
So in order to get 500 millimeter build height on that, go with 500 millimeter extrusion lengths, or did you have to do? Is it some height more than that to get actual usable build height?
I think you have to go for 6. I can't actually remember now. I think they were 670. Yeah, 670.
I'm surprised it's that much. I mean, I assume there was going to be some unusable length, but 10 centimeters. Wow, no, almost 17 centimeters.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you lose a little bit in height.
Well, you lose a little on the top, and in the bottom.
See the bottom until you get to the
Those
build.
things are for the bottom rails, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lose a little bit at the top, and obviously at the bottom you lose up until the actual build surface. So
Right.
to the build surface itself, you're losing nearly 70 mil just to the build surface.
I'm doing this the wrong way, aren't I? Oh well. I should be disconnecting the bed from which I need a Phillips screwdriver. Okay. Unless I can just sort of slide this over. No, it's not going to work. All right, I need a Phillips screwdriver. Hey, right back.
All right. All right, customer. Yeah, I'm guessing the wife wants to watch TV, so better let her do that.
So I fully expect this to get halfway, and then I'm going to realize that I don't have the correct fasteners for something, at which point we're going to make an order on Amazon and pick this up in 2 days. That is how these things typically go.
Yep.
But, all right. All right, there we go. That's better. Let's hope we can reuse that. And which one is here? Oh, I don't know why I thought that was going to work.
Just me posting the link up.
Ah. So yeah, the Diasilgo's 3D printing. Do we know Diasilgo's?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah,
Oh,
it dates back to when when the first Nokia phones came out,
yeah.
and you could change the logo on top of the screen instead of
Giant
it.
logos. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
so Dells and then logos.
So you were selling custom logos then?
Yeah, I was selling custom logos on phones for
Huh.
people.
I
So that,
remember when that. I mean, there were some interesting little businesses along those lines. I remember when they back in the day they had they finally realized that we should allow custom ringtones. But of course, the audio formats were these weirdo formats that no one had tools to write to.
yeah,
And there were a bunch of little businesses that came up doing that kind of thing too.
yeah, yeah. I thought I'd try and jump on it as quick as I can
Yeah.
before it just got out of hand. So I got into it for a little while, and that's where the Dell's logos come from.
Huh.
People say it in a Spanish way.
Well, that was right. That was my mistake as well. It's just
Dell's
immediately.
logos.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what happens. We're trying not to be insensitive.
yeah, I know.
Uh,
Obviously, people think, oh, Dell's logos, that must be some guy, some Spanish guy.
yeah.
Far from it. No,
Well, at least we're not mistaking you for being French.
no, definitely not. No.
All right. What do I need here? I need something a little smaller. Do we know anyone in the French 3D printing community at all?
No.
No, there are some guys from Spain. There are a bunch of guys from Germany, Finland.
Oh, obviously, you've got Don from Germany. You've also got Kat from that side as well.
Yeah, but I can't think of anyone from France. That's
Um,
really weird.
yeah.
I wonder if there's some import rules or something that make it particularly onerous to,
I reckon someone 3D printed a gun and that was it.
or something. Yeah. All right. So we're going to reuse the fasteners on this. I guess I can now slide this off. I see a beat to shit bed. There you go. I think I printed like 10 things on here and I beat it all to hell. Oh, well.
Yeah, the worst case scenario is when you get a brand new build plate, a lovely PEI sheet, and then you do that to it.
Yes. Well, that I actually did. Did I do it at the at Earth last year? I think I did it almost immediately afterwards. I got a replacement sheet from the folks at BuildTech from their booth. They were very kind to give me one, and then I proceeded to grind the head into it because on the very next print, my my Z sensor died. So I spent the rest of Earth trying to get a replacement 5-volt inductive sensor, which of course nobody had.
No.
Um, and eventually I gave up and went with a and put back the mechanical sensor, and then printed a few things. But yeah, there were a lot of people there with some very, very dead printers.
Mm.
It was, I guess it was sad in one way, but I felt great camaraderie with everyone who had put their printers in a car and allowed them to vibrate themselves apart for 6 or 8 hours.
Yeah.
All right, so if you look at the Prusa build, the Prusa Bear kit, they have very nice Y rod holders that are mounted on the extrusion, but then extend inside the extrusion and have a backing clip. Unfortunately, this frame is slightly, the Y distance, Y size of it is slightly smaller. So the Y rods end up extending all the way over. So what I ended up doing was reprinting the same Y rod holders that I had before, but in the nice Alien 3D snazzy filament. Question is, how nicely did they print? Ooh,
Yeah.
very nicely. Look at that. First, no filing, no nothing. Wow.
So
I'm impressed with myself.
yeah, that's what you want.
That's what you want. No post-processing. I am so anti-post-processing.
Hey, Scolder, how are you, mate?
I'm missing one. Oh, okay. There's this one. That's why I'm missing it. Okay. So this is going to be a sensorless build, so thusly no Y end stop. It's going to include an SKR board running at 24 volts. So hopefully I'll be able to set this up sensorless. Is it too daring, do you think, to set it up sensorless from the start and just hope for the best, or should I build it with sensors and then take them off?
No, well, it's up to you at the end of the day, depending on how much money you want to spend on it.
Yeah.
Trust me, the amount of money I've gone through these printers to get them up and running, especially my my hypercubes.
Yeah, I never got around to building a hypercube. I should.
It's just a crazy amount of money that I threw at that machine just to get it up and running, and the amount of boards that I fried, the amount of stepper drivers I fried, motors I fried.
Well, I didn't allocate time to frying things in this workflow. I figure it's going to take me 2 weeks to get this thing built, and that's it. There's no, I mean, I guess there's a little bit of room for error, but you know, it's not. There's not a whole lot of leeway. I gotta have this thing up and running and ready to bring to Earth in mid-October. So we shall see.
So you're building a replica of a Bear i3 Prusa.
I'm building a 32-bit Bear i3 versus what this was previously was basically it was an AM8 with I guess my one innovation. It wasn't my innovation, but I was one of the few people that I ever saw who actually built one of these. I did I built a Prusa style extruder onto my AM8. So that's going to be moved over, and the main difference in the x-axis is going to be the width between the rods. We're going to use the Prusa width instead of the ANET width.
Yeah.
Really, all that means is I need to replace. And the only parts I need to replace are the two back plates of the carrier, the X carrier. But all right, so am I going to run into problems here with this? Yes, certainly. Okay, so I have a little elephant foot in here. That's irritating. Okay, well, that's one way to fix it.
Yeah, just push it through.
Yep. This is a glass table, so I'm not sure I want to do that
No.
too often.
Not a good idea.
I have files. Let's see. Have I a sufficient round file? Yeah, maybe. Okay. So what's your next project?
The nanoleaf tiles.
Oh yeah. So are you gonna? Is that done with the regular neopixels, or do you do something that has a single color control per strip?
No, I'm going to use I've ordered in the NeoPixels.
Yeah.
LEDs for this,
Yeah.
so I can program them, but they'll still be in a loop in a chain. It's just it's a matter of then I can program any single LED along the chain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but that I get. Yeah. That just seems like it's going to create some weird scenarios. But I guess it's just a matter of the control software. You just define how many pixels are in each.
Yeah, basically.
Container, and then just keep them all the same color.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I mean, the software's already been done.
Yeah, no, it's already out there for people, which is very cool.
I mean, all I've got to do is upload it to the control board and plug it all in. Hopefully, it should just work.
Yeah. Did you say earlier that you went out and bought an Arduino programmer?
I've got several still left over from other projects.
But the programmer?
No, the program I just use Arduino.
Right. Okay. No, that's what I was going to suggest, because my first two printers were the ANET A8 and the Creality CR10. At that time, the CR10 did not ship with a bootloader, and I didn't have an Arduino programmer board, so I decided to flash the bootloader from the Creality CR10 or to the Creality CR10 using the ANET.
Yeah.
Which was the first thing I'd ever done with an Arduino. The first time I had done anything with firmware. This was 3 years ago, something like that. But that was scary. I wish I had pictures of the two boards wired together for the for programming purposes. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. No, I've got a little Arduino Nano board that I use only for flashing the Creality boards. And I've got that to one side, even though that I could use it for other things. But I've got that to one side. But the chip that I need for this is the I think it's a WD1. I can't remember exactly what it's called now.
Oh,
Wemos,
Lumos D1.
yeah. So
Well,
Wemos
those
D.
things are cool. I have some. Where do I have a Lumos D1? I've got a bunch of them, but I don't have one easily at hand.
But
So
that's what.
you ordered one?
No. I've got several here still.
Okay, yeah, they're nice, and I love the form factor on those things.
But that is the actual thing that's going to control the nano leaves.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just SPI control, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, I can control it like um, like an Alexa, Google Home, or via mobile phone.
Yeah. Oh, there was a thing I just saw, an Alexa control solution that looked really cool. That I think I could probably implement on a Wemos D1 also. They were doing it on uh, an ESP8266 dev board. Uh, I'm sure I've got it bookmarked somewhere, and I don't remember the exact name of the thing, but it was an Alexa controlled uh, IR blaster.
Mm-hmm.
So you could program. It was like a universal remote in that it could be programmed in that way, but also controlled by Alexa.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's very cool. So that's my next project. Once a buddy of mine asked me to do the 7-segment displays that we talked about before, and I want to do a color controllable key light for myself, a color temperature
Yep.
controllable key light, which is also going to be a Wemos D1 type arrangement. And I've got all the parts for that. Those things are expensive. You end up buying a key light for like $190 or something like that on Amazon. So I figure that'll actually be a worthwhile thing.
They're just a little bit too tight, are they?
With this,
Yeah.
yeah, well, they're not perfect, but they're getting there. There we go.
Now it's perfect.
That's right. Percussive maintenance.
Yep. Yeah, just give it a bash, it'll be all right.
Except when you bash it into your finger. Damn it. Okay. 3 and 4. Yeah, these are the first things I printed, so I hadn't fully refined the Z height at that point. I need to move. I have over on this side of the table, I have my container full of random Raspberry Pi parts. And underneath the table, I don't know if you can see it, I have a trash can. This is possibly the worst arrangement of items you can imagine, because anytime the table gets bashed, our Raspberry Pi bits go into the trash.
Yeah.
I need to work on that. All right, that looks better. But I came across that IR blaster, I don't know, 2 days ago, and it looks like a really fun project.
Sounds pretty good as
The
well.
guy who set it up, I mean, he's got the Alexa skill all configured and allows you to use his little cloud setup to manage it. You don't have to install your own skill or dick around that way.
Hmm.
I don't know how that works from a security standpoint, but it's reasonably convenient, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, if you're only using it to control the TV, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, but in principle.
Yeah.
Well, there was some movie. No, it wasn't a movie. It was some sci-fi TV show that got canceled, where they had a smart home system that controlled the temperature of the pool,
Yep.
and the the homeowner, was murdered by uh, a hacker who hacked into the smart home system and turned up the temperature of the pool without him being aware of it. But there really aren't that many things that someone could do to most smart homes to make them, aside from disabling the security system,
Hmm.
to do anything really problematic. But yeah, I thought that was a rather creative uh, methodology. Some paranoid writer out there decided this is going to be fun. We'll do this. All right, more of these. So you don't think sensuous homing on the first attempt is a good idea?
How how um, tr- trustworthy are you in your own programming?
How confident am I in my own programming? I'm reasonably confident. I can follow instructions with the best of them.
Then go for it.
All right, this is not going to do. I need this. That was the thing, I was talking about this the other day, and I can't remember who it was. Said, do you think you're going to be able to, you know, do the firmware on this thing, or it's going to take you months? Like, no, you just follow the instructions. I mean, these things are very well documented. That's one thing I have to say for uh, the Marlin dev team. I guess it's only really one person still, isn't there? He does a really good job with the documentation. So let me put that here, but I don't want to use it. The other thing that's going to be interesting about this build is, or not so much interesting as problematic, is the Z height is really, really tight. Um, I think it's a couple of millimeters shorter than uh, the. Well, it's not actually, is it? Not actually. shorter than the Prusa. I think the Prusa is actually shorter than the ANET by a couple of millimeters. But the alignment of the top and motor mounts are going to be interesting.
Yeah.
By virtue of the sizing of the rods, again, where the Prusa motor mounts have a cap that encloses the rod, whereas the ANET allows you just to slide it through. So, Scalda, what have you been up to?
I think he's disappeared.
Disappeared. And Gustner said nothing in a while.
No.
Should we just assume people would disappear?
Yeah.
We should just assume that we're boring. That's how we'll do it.
Well, I'm watching you building this.
One has to. It's really when you do this, and I did this for building the original version of this. It's not easy to be both entertaining and speedy with these sorts of builds. So you gain a real appreciation for folks like Tom that managed to do both. Although I haven't seen him do a full printer build in quite a while. He was saying they're quite stressful.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I guess the key is to not care.
Well, the last printer I had my hands on was was another Ender 3.
Did you build it on the stream or just?
It's like 4 or 5 bolts. And then,
oh, right. Okay. Yeah. It's because there's nothing to it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
If I had another printer which was like complete kit, then yeah, I might do it on the stream, but it'd be too much. Right, what we've got to do now? Rather than, talking about other bits and pieces.
Well, it's you have to resist the urge to pre-build it and take it apart and put it back together on stream.
Yeah.
And I did a couple of sub-assemblies of this. Particularly irritating were getting the captive nuts for the what do you want to call them? There were these snazzy LM8UU clips, printed clips that Shane showed off on the stream with Chris Riley the other day. So I printed a couple of those, and so the theory is that this doesn't cause quite as much pressure on the outer housing of the LM8UUs as the U-bolts.
Yeah.
If you tighten the U-bolts too much, I don't know. As pocket nuts do. These were a pain in the ass to get in here, and I certainly wouldn't have wanted to do that on stream. It took me almost an hour to get those 3 set up, but of course I was watching TV at the time, so it wasn't that big a deal. But I wouldn't want to do that on stream.
No.
It would have been painful. Of course, the other day I called out Chris saying he never responded to my email. That was, as it turns out, my mistake. I composed an email and never sent it, and that was asking him about how he did the bed sensing points. Did bed sensing point alignment for for log back when he put the the SKR board on it,
Oh yeah.
and I still need to ask him about that. I think he just did visually, but if he's got some better methodology, it'd be good to know. I almost spent the time to redesign the Prusa Bear kit parts to be have many more attachment points, kind of like the AM8 reinforced parts, which are what I'm using here. They've got, the motor mounts have 6 fasteners, and these have 4, and as opposed to the 2 and 2 on everything.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's really necessary, but I don't know. I like the look of the AM8 reinforced. Really, the only thing that I'm getting out of rearranging this is getting the Prusa width uh, between between the Z rods and also the Z rods and X rods. Apparently, the having a narrower width improves precision in some way. I'm not sure I fully buy that, but that's what Prusa was suggesting.
I mean, didn't you think of possibly making it taller?
Yeah, but I didn't feel like spending the money on uh, additional extrusions.
Oh, okay.
I'm just swapping out parts for the moment.
Yeah.
I might do that in the future. I'm more inclined to go build myself a rail core next. Actually, I know I'm kind of a year behind on that though, because I guess everyone built their rail cores last year, and that was exciting. I still don't own a Delta either. You have a Delta, don't you?
Yeah, I've had to rebuild it from scratch. It didn't have a screen. It had a duet board on it. It didn't. Um, the probe that it was using was some sort of infrared probe, and that wasn't really working every single time.
Infrared, as in it detected heat.
As in, as in IR. Sorry, it was using IR.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's an odd system.
very odd, and it wasn't really working all the time. So I decided to put a BL touch on it, change the board out for a ramps combo, and it and I've got a screen on it as well, so I can print straight from the SD card, and it works. It works really well. I just don't use it as often as I should be.
I have mixed feelings about duet boards. Having never owned one, I've passed judgment upon them.
Well, the
Uh,
duet board I had was only Ethernet, it wasn't Wi-Fi, and obviously they have their own like firmware and
their whole thing is a web interface, which to me that's kind of, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
if you don't have a display on it, it seems quite clunky.
yeah, it means you have to have a computer on or something so you can interface with it.
Yeah.
Where you could either just take an SD card and put it in the screen now, and I can just print to it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm a little bit sort of strange about putting a Raspberry Pi on my Ender 3.
You mean running
Octoprint.
Octoprint? Yeah. Why? A little
Uh,
strange about it in that you don't want to, or what?
for me, I don't see the benefit of it. I've got a spare one, I can put it on there now. I just don't see the added benefit of it. I mean, I can. I've got the SD card. I can just take it out, put the file on it, put it back in. Done.
Well, I at one point one of the first things I designed was a holder for a Raspberry Pi Zero.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a good idea. Then I realized that Pi Zeros just don't cut it when you want to be running Octoprint and expect things not to do stuff like this.
Mm.
This was the result printed with Octoprint. The results normally come out correctly like so.
Yeah.
So I was using Octoprint and it was inserting, I was using Octolapse, and I think Octolapse is the problem.
Yeah.
Or Octolapse requires a something faster than a Pi Zero.
I couldn't even get Octolapse to work properly. The one where it would move the board forward, you could take a picture, then it goes back to the print, carry on, back, where you can put the printer in any way you want for the picture to take. But every time I've done that, I was getting really bad prints out of it.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Missing stuff. It was looking pretty awful. And I was like, no, I'm not having that.
Well, I'm sure there are optimal settings. What I've not found is anyone who's published a set of optimal settings for even the most common printers. I can't even find optimal settings for the Prusa for that. But you'd think they'd be out there, and it probably is just an issue of settings and of course speed. I mean, what are you're doing? It sound like a Pi 3B or something?
Yeah, it's the Raspberry Pi 3 B Plus or whatever it is.
Yeah,
it was the last one before they brought out the 4.
Yeah, so I had assumed that my issues related to the speed of the board, but in light of that, I'm guessing it's more about configuration than anything else.
Yeah. I'm surprised Ron hasn't joined or.
Well, let's see. Where did I post this? I think I posted it in Ron's Discord.
Yeah, it's on Wiley's Discord.
And Wiley's, yeah.
I don't have Ron's Discord at all. I know he's got his own one, but
I'll send it your way when I get it. There we go. When I get to a stopping point like that. Let's see here.
Because normally he jumps in.
Yeah. How does one invite? Invite to member list. Create an instant invite. That works. There you go.
Is that his Discord?
That's Ron's Discord.
Oh, cool.
All right. I guess I should go set up a Discord at some point. I don't understand how that company makes any money, though. And that bothers me. I like to understand a business model before I put anything behind it.
Right, so I'm going to grab the link.
Sorry?
I'm going to grab the link for this and post it on his channel, on his Discord as well.
I think I did, but yeah, go ahead.
No, you haven't.
I haven't. Okay, well, maybe that's why he's not here.
Yeah. Just asking John Mack if he wants to join in.
What am I doing wrong? No, I need to go this to here.
Oh, right, he's out and about at the moment.
Ah.
Well, the detail on this print that's coming out looks really good.
What was it you were printing? I didn't see which model it was.
Dr. Manhattan.
Ah.
Off of Thingiverse. And obviously I've got some blue, which is the same colour. So I thought I'll print it out for a friend of mine at work who wants it.
That's cool.
So at the moment I'm printing his from his knees up. Then his legs will obviously, the bottom half from his knees down to his feet, and it'll have a bit of the base on it. And then you have like a base with a load of rocks and water around it. So it should look all right when it's done. I'll just have to see how the arms come out, though. The arms look a little bit flimsy.
I don't know. I so seldom print art prints or anything along those lines. A buddy of mine recently asked me to print those baby Groots, so I sent those off to him to be painted. And I guess part of it is I'm very much against post-processing.
Yeah.
To my mind, if I have to post-process something, it's because I designed it badly.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you get a design from someone and print it out, such as my Thanos blade, you'd think that there wouldn't be any post processing on it.
Well, I mean, not necessarily. I guess to assume that any other designer would be against post processing to the extent that I am is unreasonable. But no, I guess I'm just lazy or something.
Well, the blade came out fine. I'm quite happy with it. A lot of people on Twitter all jumped in, even Joe Telling, even Uncle Jesse all jumped in and said it looked really good.
Yeah, it's not a model that I hear about being printed very often. So that's yeah. I mean, that's the thing. When you get these models that everybody and their brother prints, they do it all in the same week or month, and then that model goes out of fashion again.
Yeah.
I guess I might consider printing some of the stuff from the Broken Nerd. He has some really cool designs.
Yeah. I mean, I got the design for the Thanos blade off of Sean, off of 3D Skewed.
Yeah.
I got it off of him because obviously, supporting, the people I like and stuff.
Yeah,
So
he's a good guy. I mean,
I
he's
got it, yeah, I got it from him.
yeah. Is he still doing the really tiny prints? I remember, or not tiny prints, but tiny models where you end up having to scale them up 200 or 300%.
Yeah, you could say, yeah.
It wasn't clear to me whether that was an error on his part or intent.
I think it's because if you want to scale it up, you can.
But
It's like,
scaling it
here's
down,
the design. If you want to scale it up, go for it.
yeah. I would just think that you lose a little bit of detail that way. And I got to ask him about that. It's been one of those things that always confused me about those models.
Yeah.
What have I done? I have failed to put it through the block.
Oh no.
Whoops. I knew that was too easy.
Don't.
But this uh, um, idler design was came out of the AM8 AM8 reinforced kit.
Yeah.
It's like the Y rod holders. No, that's not true. The Y rod holders are regular AM8, not AM8 reinforced. This idler design came out of the reinforced kit, I think, and so I'm mixing and matching here as I go. But the one thing that I'm not sure about is the relative height of the Y belt.
Mm.
And Ron the other day found for me a design of the Y belt holder that extended further down. So if the alignment isn't right, I guess we can print that and replace the default Prusa one with it. But yeah, this is very much a mix and match sort of.
It looks like John Mack has messaged me. He said he's in the green room.
Hey John. Sorry. How's it going?
Okay.
There he is. All right, John.
There needs to be some sort of beep or message or notification for the within StreamYard to notify people when someone pops in. Very nice. Yeah, I need to PayPal you for those. That's badass.
Still have to do
So
the.
one thing that I don't is unclear because you had it folded. How big is the logo relative to? Can you unfold it for a second? And oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Okay, it's more or less pocket sized.
Yeah.
Cool.
No pocket.
Well, I know, but I mean, but that's the size that one assumes that you go for on a polo shirt. That's cool. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so I'll deal with that at some point later today. One hopes. I think maybe I need to. Maybe I should reprint this. I don't know. Now, my mistake here was I chose to print the block in this orientation rather than in this orientation. So you ended up with bridges over the top here, so it sags a little bit. I guess. I don't know. I think it's probably usable.
This Tom Lamas logo.
Oh, that's cool. So who was it? Somebody was complaining that they were not getting a hat. They were kidding, but who was it? Uh, I can't remember. I'll let them hassle you for it at some other point. But so how is that going? Are you gonna end up turning that into a business, or?
Yeah, it's Ken's business, so it's already going. Just changing color or changing filament.
So what's the timing on printing something like that?
Uh, it just depends on how many stitch.
Oh, it's the
Uh,
density of
I
the
would say
stitches. Yeah, that makes sense.
about 15-20 minutes. Depends.
Really, that's not too bad. Beats 3D printing.
Yep, in one layer.
Yeah.
I do have 3D printing too. But I'm just printing like template for programs. So are you streaming on YouTube or some way else?
Yeah, so
Because I don't
this
see the
is on
screen.
YouTube. I was trying out Wirecast earlier. They've got a mechanism called Rendezvous. It's very cool, but it doesn't lend itself to this kind of hangout environment.
Okay.
It it's more tailored to scheduled guests, where you have the guest join uh, join the session, and then you can set up a screen layout where they can appear.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I was encountering all sorts of other issues that
Done. So it's time to change the gray filament.
uh, attempt number two. While we're singing the praises of the AM8 reinforced build kit, one of the things that they had were motor mount and y-axis layout jigs, which were very cool. Surprised other of these designs don't include them.
Just stitching the gray.
It's gone all quiet.
Yeah. Trick is, well, that's goes that goes back to Tom's point of being not easy to be all entertaining and talky while assembling things like this. All right.
Almost done. It's done.
Did it just sing you a song telling you it's done?
Yep.
I was amazed when I got a Zorshirushi rice maker that sang Starry Night when the rice was ready. Was ready.
Just like on the Samsung, LG washing machine, dryer. They
Oh,
all
they do that too?
Yep.
Let's see. I guess I want these all
So I
facing the
guess I
same
could cut it
direction.
out and send it to him.
Why would you?
And then this one. Yeah, this guy. Sure fits. Yep. Okay. Cool. Well, printing these parts on the Prusa is so much better than printing them on. What did I print them on last time? No, I printed them on the original A8. Which, can we see the original A8 over here? Yeah, there we go. Original A8. The those other blue parts, they all came from. They were all printed on that on the old frame, and I then took the printer apart and just hoped beyond hope that I had printed all the right parts so I could put the printer back together on this frame. Back when I had not so many printers. I guess before I put this on, I should put the motor on. Maybe. What do we think the correct order of operations is here? Motor mount first? Probably is.
No, I can't remember.
I don't know. I'm certainly not looking at a manual. I mean, that's just admitting failure.
Oh, I thought you got an AM8 already.
I did. I just don't remember what the order of operations was. This was an AM8. Now it's going to be a Prusa Bear.
Oh, okay.
I just don't remember the order of operations. So I guess first we need to remove the motor from the mount. Or do we? Maybe we don't. No, we can mount this thing without, or unmount the thing without removing the motor. That's probably better. Although I should probably remove the electronics here since those are definitely
It's my tiny scissors.
precision tools. Don't knock them. Now, what did I do last time I was doing this? Oh, this is my solution for pulling out hammer nuts. Oh, that was my high security uh, electrocution preventer. Because I had the power supply mounted here, but there was no bottom to the switch cover.
Was it
It was
plugged
not
in
the
already?
safest arrangement.
You have it plugged in already?
What?
You have it plugged in already?
No. On the old system, the power supply switch cover had was didn't have a bottom to it, and the bottom was almost directly in contact with the frame.
Oh, okay.
So I just covered it with electrical tape. It was not safe.
Yeah, the only I was using my A8 without cover until I was going to I think Earth or Murph that I put on a cover.
Yeah, that was actually one of the first things I did with my AM8 was replace the power supply with a what was it?
I'm still on the original power supply. This power supply has been going on like 2 years something.
There was a
Just have to keep it cool with the big giant fan.
yeah. I did like your fans at Earth. That was pretty slick. The RGB fans.
Just Amazon fan.
Yeah, I know you can get them. I just never thought about putting RGB on my printer. I know a lot of people do put lights on their things. It's just not something I bothered with.
Just
But
green.
it looked kind of cool.
It don't change color. It's just one color.
Yeah. Although I imagine you could put a Raspberry Pi on there and control the color through some web interface if you really wanted to.
I think Octoprint actually have a plugin for RGB lighting, so just
Do they? Oh,
turn green when the print is done, or turn red as heating, and then white while it's printing.
huh. Oh, I remember reading about that. Yeah.
For some reason, John, it looks like you're in Australia to me.
Oh, yeah. So,
That's not bad. So there's one patch cut out.
Yeah, that's cool. Is that for llama? Who's that for, John?
Yeah, Tom Llama,
Yeah,
3D printing llama.
that's really cool.
I guess I'll use the big scissors to test out before I use the tiny scissors.
Ow. Ah.
Oh! Oh, what?
This looks like a wine motor mount. Right?
Hey, John, what do you think of my Ender 3?
Oh, look good. I should probably get Ender 3 to replace the A8.
How many A8s have you got now, John?
What?
How many A8s have you got now?
Still just 3.
Yeah, well, 3, 3 is not enough. You got to have 4. Make it a nice even number.
Yeah, but the Ender could get better quality out of the box.
Yeah.
Cherry Pepsi Max, if they got it.
Or just get a Prusa.
No,
6 square.
I don't know. I think you're better off just getting Prusa parts at this point. Because you can buy everything off the shelf now.
And then I went to draw them files. I've got £6.50 in there. And then I've looked on eBay reckon £2.75, so they've took it off that.
No, wait, they will do.
So I guess this mounts like this. Okay. Guess so. Oh, that sucks.
But
The mounting structure for this is you can't mount the motor first because the screw is behind the motor shaft.
all right.
Trim it out and then trim the edge.
Yeah. So, got to do it this way. All right.
Hmm.
But yeah, where every one of
Not
the
upside down.
the AM8 reinforced parts had like 5 or 6 fasteners. All of the Prusa Bear parts all have like 2.
That's no good, is it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, structurally, it doesn't seem any less sound. It might last less well in the car. I don't know. We'll see. What happened here? I have.
So I guess the Bear frame's supposed to be more stable than the Prusa frame?
Sorry?
The Bear frame's supposed to be more stable?
Supposedly. I don't know that it really is, but. Oh, this sucks even more. What size of bolt do they expect to use? Am I going to have to redesign these parts? Oh, shit. Well, this is a problem.
Don't they fit?
Oh, every one of these holes is not deep enough for these bolts. I can't screw something onto that.
So you need longer bolts.
Need longer bolts. Well, in some cases, I guess, not all.
Open up Amazon Prime.
Yep. There we go. All right, so these motor screws can go in our box of motor screws. Actually, I might just go down to, we have a store here that's sort of a retail McMaster car kind of place called Fastenal that probably has the right bolts. Let's see how many of them I'm going to need, though. So there's these 2. Let us look at some other parts here. We kind of knew this was going to happen, but no, this actually fits mostly. Yeah, that's fine. If it's only the Y motor mount, I might just redesign it and reprint it. Because the only issue is the whole depth. I could fix that relatively easily.
Oh no.
All right, so
Might work. Just to send my coat up. Maybe.
Y motor mount or Z motor mount and Z tops. Z tops look okay. Has anyone ever actually built this? This is screwy. Check this out. This is an M5 bolt, right?
Yeah.
An
Yeah, but
M5.
M5 doesn't have the length of the
No,
bolt.
it's not. No, here's not the length. It's the diameter of the head. I can't push this through because it's rubbing against these two corners.
Well, maybe there's a different type of M5
Oh,
bolt.
I'm sure it is, but how many? I mean, M5 is M5, right? I mean,
M5 only specified the thickness of the bolt.
right, but it also
What type of
specifies the size of the.
There's different style heads.
I guess I don't know. All right,
I guess they have to be more specific.
I guess. Okay, well, all right. So there's that problem and that problem. These are not a problem. These are not a problem. Okay. So it's this and this. Now, what I really ought to do is take a piece of extrusion so that I can test the issue. All right. How many do I need here? Three? Three each. No. These fit, right? No, what didn't fit was the Y motor, which requires two. And the Z tops, each which require two. And how does the Y motor? Okay, so Z top and Y motor mount. And anything else? Other than weird pieces that might require weirdness. The power supply bottom thing here. Well, I did fully expect this to be a thing. Okay, that works. What are these? M5 by 10, maybe? You don't have a browser open at the moment? What does the bill of materials say for the Prusa Bear? No, that's not Bear. And this is not loading. Why is this not loading? Y motor mount with end stop and bearing. Temperature tower. No. Come on, Prusa Bear, where are you? I wonder if I should just redesign these parts. So it's only 3 parts.
No, you can do then.
Yeah. Do I really want to experiment? But I mean, that takes more time. Let's see what format the files are in here. If they're in OpenSCAD or something, there should be nothing to it. But Prusa Bear Upgrade 2 by Pexeron. Citron. Okay, that's upgrade 2. I'm looking for the full upgrade. Where's the full upgrade? Prusa Bear full upgrades. 176 for the whole parts kit. That's not what I'm looking for. Where is full upgrade manual? All right, here we go. Greg Swan. Bill of materials. Bill of materials. First item, original Prusa i3 Mark III. Number 1. T-nut M5, 89 T-nuts. That can't be right. Well, I guess it might be. Yeah, this is badly done. All right, let me share screen here. How do I get back? Here and share screen. What I actually want to do, I think, is do this. And all right, check this out. Once you get past the hilarity, if you want to build a printer, have one printer. Then you get down to these M5 nuts or M5 bolts.
Low profile screw.
Yeah, but that's not the point. M5 8mm, M5 10mm, M5 12mm.
Yep.
Why?
It's the mounting bracket itself.
I know, but why would you design brackets that aren't countersunk to the point where you can use all of the same size bolts?
I guess you could improve it.
Yeah. What the hell? I mean, that's just bad design as far as I'm concerned.
I think that's what Carl did to the White Knight, trying to make it as simple, the least amount of parts and bolts.
Well, yeah, that's a key design objective for most things, to have the least number, not quantity of parts, but the least quantity of SKUs in your bill of materials. So I don't know what they were thinking here. That's crazy. All right, I'm almost inclined to go see if somebody else has uh, better Z tops and Y motor mount. Because I mean, I can go spend it'll probably cost me $5 or $8 for like 10 screws, but that seems stupid. Um, all right, so let us look at forks. This is not the way to do this, is it? Looking at forks is not going to tell me anything unless I go through each of the check-ins. What would be the better method? I guess Thingiverse, right?
Yeah. See if they've got it on there.
This is the normal bean. This is the lowest I've ever been.
Oh, that's nice. The Y rod alignment helper.
Yeah, that will work for the AM8.
Yeah, well, so
I don't
the
know
one the
about
one
the
with
Y.
the right, for the AM8 reinforced, it was very cool. It had these little things that just sat in the V slot or
Yeah,
T
just
slot.
slide the thing back and forth until it slide easily, and then screw it down.
Yeah, but this is a cool implementation too. I'm assuming that it's sharing the right thing. Yeah, okay. So this is a kind of a cool implementation as well. Y belt alignment helper. I might go back and print that. That's sort of neat. Um, Length adjustable X idler. How is that length adjustable? Okay. Borescope mount. Jeez. Oh. There are all sorts of fun things here. I'll have to go through these in more detail. Okay. Mark III Bear plus 45 millimeter Z top. For bond tag? What? What on earth does that even mean? Huh. So these are not the same bearing holders that I printed.
Yeah.
These are somewhat cooler looking. No, they're, well,
Yeah.
maybe not. Oh, these don't support nuts. They require significantly longer screws. Okay, I printed the right ones then. Yeah, these don't support captive nuts. And why are each one of them different? M3 by 16. Yeah, that's crazy. All right. Anyway, so this is the Y belt adapter that Ron was suggesting that I use. This one with this Y shape. It's kind of neat. I don't know if I need it though. There's all sorts of good stuff here that I hadn't noticed. PTFE cutting tool. That's cool. Little jig. but nothing that addresses my problem. Well, I think for expedience, and well, all right, let's go back and look one more time at um, step and STL. Oh, that's irritating. All right, well, I'm going to run down and go find the appropriate parts, I think.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, I guess this was to be expected.
I guess anybody else streaming?
I don't know. Is Ryan doing a Saturday night makers thing?
I'm not sure.
Cat is going to be in about 10, 15 minutes.
Look like nobody's on the stream anyway.
No, nobody joined. I need to work on my promotion. This is just an experiment. I've never actually used StreamYard before, so
Yeah, working pretty good.
seems reasonable.
If it works, it works.
Yep. All right, that's good.
On the Safari browser on my iPad, so I didn't have to install anything.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I didn't realize that. I wonder, do they have an app at all? I don't think they do.
I don't know.
I don't think they do. All right. So what do I need to do?
Well, if it's all right with you, Colin, I'm going to grab something to eat and then I'll watch.
Yeah, I think it's time to call an end to this stream, and I will go do my shopping. What time is it? 3:49. All right, I have an hour before they. No, today's Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shit. Maybe I won't be able. Let's see. Anyway, yes, we can call an end to our stream here. That's for sure. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Excuse me.
Rushy.
And that's not a good look for us here. That's better. So what's with the upside down stream today, John?
I don't see anything upside down.
You definitely are.
Okay, so we've commented on it maybe 3 times during the stream, and you didn't catch the comments
What?
Yeah, you've been upside down.
the entire time.
My video is
Is your
upside down?
tablet upside down?
No, it's right side up. I mean,
Okay.
the other side.
There you go.
It
So,
rotated
I guess
on.
that tells us that there is a flaw in StreamYard.
When I'm looking at it, it rotated on my view.
You're
Now you appear upside down to yourself.
No, it rotated on the same direction as everybody else.
Weird. Okay, so your view came out right, but it was streaming to everybody else's upside down. So now you're right side up for us.
So you're upside down?
Yeah, it was upside down the whole time.
Why? Oh, because you
No. Because my iPad camera. But see, it rotated fine.
Oh, so this time it rotated correctly.
What? Then what's
Yeah.
the difference?
No,
That's interesting. The first time it rotated, it failed to do the rotation.
I don't know.
So we should have had you do this an hour ago. Now it works.
Basically, turn it on and turn it back off.
yeah,
come
on and off again.
Anyway, thanks everybody for hanging out. I guess there's probably nobody on here anyway, but let's see. YouTube comments doesn't tell. It should give us a count of viewers. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I will pick this up probably on Ryan's stream if he's having one tonight, and if not, then maybe I'll do one tomorrow morning or something, assuming I can get the relevant parts or come up with the new design for these parts or whatever the hell I need to do. Anyway.
All right, be good.
Yep. Have a good one, guys.
See you later.
All right.